Comedic genius Dave Chappelle is coming after fellow funnyman Kevin Hart. Holding nothing back, Dave Chappelle has boldly asserted that Kevin Hart has sacrificed his very soul in exchange for the glitz and glamour of fame. Chappelle disclosed that Hart's insane rise to superstardom in Hollywood was no mere stroke of luck. He brought up allegations that the key to Hart's triumph was a dark deal struck with the forces that be, who in turn paved the comedian's way to the pinnacle of success. But what does accepting this deal mean? And why is Dave Chappelle extremely bothered by it? We've got all the insider details, so make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Alright, let's go. You see, even for immensely talented actors or comedians with a large fan base, achieving success in Hollywood is no simple task. Rumors have it that there is a not-so-secret test that Hollywood forces on black actors when they hit a point in their careers. While this may not be noticeable to everyone, almost all black male actors have played a role in a movie where for some reason they had to have a dress on. This sparked some rumors that the industry wants every strong male lead to don an outfit that serves to emasculate them, under the guise of making a comedy sketch. Although some actors choose to go on with this gimmick for the long run, others are more likely to take on the role once and never speak about it again. And as the rumor goes, once the actors take on feminine roles, they are sure to get tons of opportunities in other Hollywood projects. It may be a widespread occurrence in Hollywood, but only a handful of stars have openly talked about it. Dave Chappelle stands out amongst the limited number of celebrities who have openly addressed this matter. He discloses that once one progresses to a higher level of fame, they are bombarded with numerous demands that compromise their integrity. And subsequently, that was very much the reason why he turned down a $50 million contract with Comedy Central.
I'm glad you're here. Everybody wants to know, why'd you walk away from $50 million?
Well, I wasn't walking away from the money.
Yeah.
I was walking away from the circumstances that were coming with the newfound plateau.
To escape the insane demands directed at him, Chappelle escaped to Durban, South Africa to take a break from Hollywood stress. He even left the country without giving anyone a heads up, not even his producers or his wife. It was a difficult time for the comedian as mainstream media pushed the narrative that he was a drug addict and his actions were a result of a mental breakdown. But here is the gist. Once Dave Chappelle came back to the States, he called out Entertainment Weekly and the journalists that were involved for spreading the lies, saying that he was not on drugs, nor was he battling a mental disorder. Dave has surely had a rough time dealing with Hollywood and their ridiculous demands. But perhaps the craziest story happened when Dave was almost compelled to wear a dress while on the set of a movie.
But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress, at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. That's happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in a trailer, I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here.
Despite the comedian's rigid stance against not wearing a dress on the movie set, it took saying no to not only the writers and the director, but also the producers of the movie as well. As Dave revealed, once everyone saw that he was adamant about this decision, they immediately brought out another script, this time without the dress scene. Well, that is totally bizarre, and let's just say that Dave's personal experience confirms the speculations he has had about how Hollywood chooses to put black actors in a dress at some point in their careers. While the reasoning behind this trend is currently unknown, aside from speculations, celebrities and fans alike are well aware of its existence. It is no secret that almost all black actors from the late 1990s and early 2000s did something from just wearing a dress to fully adorning a dress with full makeup on. This conspiracy was so popular that while Kevin was promoting his movie, The 5-Year Engagement, in 2013, the host of Black Tree TV couldn't help but ask the question that was on everyone's mind. Kevin was the next big thing in Hollywood, and it looked like he was about to get to that next level of fame. So the host, Jamal Finkley, asked the comedian for his thoughts on Chappelle's claims.
Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts, and is that something that, you wouldn't do, for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you have to have boundaries, you have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
Kevin Hart made it crystal clear that wearing a dress on TV or in movies was a hard no for him, and that it was simply something he was uncomfortable doing. So imagine everyone's surprise when they saw the comedian show up on an SNL sketch merely a few months later after his interview, rocking, you guessed it, a dress.
Convention Wallace.
Of course, when Hart pulled the 180 and went against his words, fans were quick to call the comedian a sellout, and rumors started floating around that Kevin Hart sold his soul for fame and wealth. You see, prior to Hart donning a dress on SNL, he was already a big star with tons of fans always on the lookout for the next big project. In a way, he was in the same situation as the time Dave Chappelle was asked to film a movie scene in a dress. When the offer was made to Chappelle, he was the star of a best-selling TV show on DVD, with over 1.2 million copies sold within its first week alone. And the weird request happened when he was about to transition to that next level of fame. In a similar fashion, Kevin was already well known amongst fans, but he wasn't quite at the top of the list of Hollywood's most wanted actors. However, after the sketch aired, Kevin began appearing in major Hollywood blockbusters like Ride Along, Central Intelligence, and Jumanji. Of course, Kevin is an absolute force to be reckoned with in the world of entertainment. His ability to captivate audiences with his infectious energy is unparalleled. From his stand-up specials to his roles in blockbuster films, Kevin's genius shines through in every project he takes on. However, there are some speculations floating around that he could not have achieved this level of fame if he didn't sell his soul to the real masters of Hollywood. It is hard to know who these masters are, but there have been cases of celebrities receiving undue punishments just because they tried to take the fight to these secretive masters. One of those celebrities is comedian Cat Williams, who gave his view on Kevin Hart's decision.
At the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we have Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Williams talks about how there's no real reason to attack Hart for going down that road. He emphasized that he himself experienced severe repercussions when he attempted to defy similar forces. He compares the consequences to being repeatedly struck in the face with journalists propagating fabricated information about him all over the media.
It's not necessary for us to stir up that hornet's nest unless we intend to get stung 1,000,000 times. I didn't understand that. They had to sting me 1,000,000 times. I'm still not going to join, but I respect it a little more.
Although Williams wanted people to put Hart's dress controversy to rest, fans and sources close to Dave Chappelle reveal that he is totally not on board with Kevin's decision to accept the ridiculous role, especially since Hart already said it was a boundary that he would not cross. But Chappelle was not the only one disappointed, as Brandon T. Johnson also called out Kevin for wearing a skirt in the movie Fatherhood. Brandon posted a photo of Kevin with the following caption: "This is truly out of love and kindness, this is from my heart. But it's 1, 2, 3 dresses and you're out of the old ball game." Brandon expressed his concerns, especially since he also dressed as a lady in one of the Big Mama's House movies. It should also be noted that Brandon regretted this role in the movie because he believed it was the beginning of the downfall of his career in acting. But what does Kevin have to say about the allegations floating around that he sold not only his integrity, but also his soul for fame? Well, Kevin went to Black Tree TV to finally clear the air about the real reason why he took on the feminine role in the SNL skit, despite his previous aversions to wearing a dress on TV, as some of the other black comedians and actors did before him.
I think now, knowing about the opportunities that can be thrown at you, it's all about choice. You know, nobody makes you do anything.
Right.
Nobody says this is what you got to do. This is the only way that you're going to do it. Nobody made Martin put on a dress in Big Mama's house. Nobody made Tyler Perry put on a dress as Medea. Nobody made Jamie Foxx put on a dress as Wanda, and nobody made Martin do it as Shanae. You know, it was a choice.
Right.
And on Saturday Night Live, you know, it was a choice that I made. So I think it's all about your pick of what's funny to you and what you feel would be funny to others.
The superstar went on to talk about the whole situation, saying that nobody forced him to don a dress. It was purely his decision, and there was no deeply rooted reason or conspiracy involved. But here's what one fan had to say. Kevin Hart is asked in an interview if he'd wear a dress on camera. Says no, but years later does anyhow. Dave Chappelle tells Oprah about his experience with producers and directors trying to get him to wear a dress for a skit. He refused. Another fan brought up a point about Chappelle himself wearing a dress way back in 1993. I never understood Chappelle saying he refused to wear a dress, when he already did in Robin Hood Men in Tights. In fact, he went full-on drag in that movie. There is a lot to take in about this topic, and I'm sure you guys have some theories of your own. Do you think Kevin Hart's list of achievements is solely due to going along with the secret rules of Hollywood? Are Dave Chappelle and Brandon T. Johnson right to call him out when they are both guilty of doing the same thing? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.